too fast for me. Heidi ho, everybody, and happy Wackadoodle Wednesday. This is Grammy Mary, your hostess with the mostest, apparently pissing people off today kind of thing going on. And I am coming to you from my rocket chair here out in the middle of Booneyville, USA, where we have got wheat harvest getting ready to kick it in gear. So let me turn my volume up just a bit. Is that a little bit better? I hope so. Okay. Let's see. I've been pissing people off over on Facebook, and damn it all to hell, do I feel bad. You know, it just makes life a whole hell of a lot easier for me as I go through that list and go, fuck it. And there you go. 4 minutes in. Not even really talking for 4 minutes yet, because I had the little intro song. Because, yeah, in the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep and I run into butt munches. Man, oh man, are there a bunch of them in this world. And that's, guess what? I was really wanting to be wackadoodle wacky today, but the universe has decided that maybe, just maybe, I need to just deal with some people that are just flat ass whacked in the head. Least according to my opinion. My opinion. There you go. Thank you, Barman, for sharing. My dear, you're so awesome over here on Twitter. Thank you ever so much. Let me do a quick thank you. Oh, and spell you rather interestingly. I need to slow down. Okay. Get that over there on Twitter. Thank you ever so much, darling. You're such a sweetheart as compared to some of the other little wackadoodles that I need to take a little hammer and whack on their doodle for them. That'll learn them. And thank you to Bo Diddy and Freedom's Network for retweeting that, yes, I am live right now, or at least for as long as they let me be. And then I'm still going to be a total pain in the arse for somebody. See, notice I said arse instead of ass, but I just dropped that F-bomb right off the bat. Why? Because it's been one of those days. That's why. Okay, hey, Vin Diesel exposes chemtrails on his Facebook page. There you go, Vin. You know what? Yesterday afternoon, I actually saw a black trail in the sky and then a jet flying right over that black trail and leaving a lovely little white trail. It was I haven't seen that in quite some time. Ass munches, I really wish they would quit fucking with the sky, you know? I mean, we all live under the same sky. And before I get too carried away in my little ranting, I'm going to say, hey there, hi there, ho there to everybody. I see Gary L. has shared me over on Facebook. Thank you very much, darling. I know there's an awful lot of people that don't have any use for Facebook, and actually, other than a very few people and my family, I would find Facebook pretty well useless as well. But I do have some friends over there that share some very interesting things that lead me down a lovely little path of knowledge. And so, yeah, I hang out there. They use me, I use them. We're both using each other. Right now, the trade-off is worth it for me. How long will it be? I don't know. But for now, it's still worth it. Okay, Gary L. is over here, as well as New. Hi there, New. How you doing, darling? I know you're way up there in the northwest Washington State, I do believe. And Erica, hey there, lady. She's kind of a cousin through marriage. And Oliver. Hi, Oliver. I just love your name, sweetheart. There's just something about that name. I love it. I really do. Okay. And Mary B is over here. And Mary B is several places. And one of those lovely individuals that I would, it is so good you can't just reach through. Okay. Okay, you just wanted to get her attention? Yes. Well, sweetheart, yes, you do need to apologize, my dear, because, yeah, when you start throwing around shit like you need to shoot those little fucking assholes on my Facebook page, sorry, I get a wee bit of a knicker knot and I get a little cranky. Okay? So, just putting that out there, Mr. Scott. Love you, darling. You have your place in this world. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to like what you say or do, but you do have your place in this world, and you are adding some depth, some tone, some darkness to my lovely little landscape of life. So thank you ever so much for adding that depth and darkness and for shading it a little bit and putting a little bit of lightness to it. Appreciate it, hun. You're still on my list today, though. You just made my list, and sorry, but you're gonna have to be there for a bit. Hi, Bo Diddy, how you doing? He's over here on Freedom's Network, that effing site that is so effing fantastic, so awesome. It's that wonderful place where worldtruth.org leads you into the merry path. And I know there are some people that really don't like the whole layout of Freedom's Network, and it took me a little bit of getting used to, but I really do like it. And we broke away from WT for a reason. And when you break away, you really need to break away. And this is a big breakaway. So yeah. Grammy is also over here, as well as Mary B. Hey there, hi there, ho there, you two. Absolutely love you guys. You're just so awesome. And TD Sanders is here. Hey there, TD. You share some of the most awesome stuff, sweetie. Truly do appreciate it. And hey, looky there. Estrella is here, as well as Rob Works. And who is this? Let me hover over the Johnny Yuma. Hi, Johnny. Yeah, that sounded very Fei-Fei, didn't it? Okay, let's see. Where else? I need to come over here to the RLM, the place where everybody chats. Hey there, hi there, ho there, all you RLMers. Yeah. Over here in the RLM, right up top again, is the Missionary Man. I'm going to have to play that Annie Lennox song one of these days just for you, Asmo, just because. Just because. I also see the lovely, wonderful barman who is always bringing us beverages and tokes. Thank you, darling. You're so wonderful. And hey there, Beth Z is here. How you doing, lovely lady? I hope you're having an absolutely awesome day. And Cowboy Tech is here. Hey there, hi there, ho there, darling. I hope you're hearing pleasant voices. And Grimmy is here, who is the creator of RLM and Barman and the brains behind the doodahs over here on Freedom's Network. Yeah, Bo Diddy is also involved in this, but Grimmy is like our tech guru god. He's like our Odin. Not to put Bo Diddy down, love you, Bo, but man, Grimmy is Odin. He really is. I also see the lovely Kate is here. I hope you are not melting in the sweltering heat down there in the big state of Texas. And I also see Trust No One is here. Trust No One. Honey, you really need to learn to at least trust yourself. That would be one. Looky there, IB Don C is here, and yeah, he's down in that sweltering heat as well. And you know what? I didn't have it quite so sweltering today. Yesterday, I broke the century mark. Yeah, did. 106. Well, not just me. Everybody out here did, because it wasn't just me having hot flashes. It was out here. It was hot. 106 degrees out here yesterday. Today only got up to 96. So, hey, you know, that 10 degrees does make a difference. Trust me. And the wind was out of the northwest as opposed to the southeast. So it was a little bit cooler. So it actually felt like 92, which you may think, oh, that's not much of a difference. But trust me, when you go from 106 to 92, you go, wow, it's a bit chilly out here. That's right, Bo Diddy. Grimmy is the shit. He is the man. He is the damn man. I also see Java Doctor 2, the new and improved version. Odin is the name of the Rottweiler you used to. Ah, well, there you go. Alrighty. Cool beans, Grim. I also see, let's see, where was I at? Ah, Juana Taco, which that sounds absolutely lovely. But you know what? When I get done this evening, I have a salad that I'm going to be having, and I may have to put like some salsa on it and maybe some cottage cheese. I don't know. Or I might just shred some of my smoked hot pepper cheese. You never know. It just kind of depends on my mood when I get around to fixing that salad. I also see P. Bunyan is here. Hey there, sweetheart. How's things going in the timber area? Do you really say that? Inquiring minds want to know. And looky there, Solvanor is logged in, but he's sawing logs right about now. Okay, y'all are doing the little weather thing. It's like a Pete and repeat kind of thing. So I gotta do my weather too, just to see what it is right now. Hey, 93.2, the temperature has gone down. Woohoo! I knew it felt chilly in here. I also see Alias is here. Hey there, darling. Saw you are very chit-chatty this morning, and thank you for some of those links. I did throw them in my pocket to read later, so yeah. I will check that out. Several of them, actually. And looky there, Bo Diddy is over here hanging out. Hey there, sweetheart. How's it going? It's 92.8. You're almost normal. Oh, no, that's 98.6. Never mind. I also see Chloe is here, and Chloe is here. You know, I have a niece whose middle name is Chloe. Just had to throw that out there because, you know, that's not quite as unusual a name as people would think. A lot of those older names are coming back. And there's Gariel hanging out over here in the shout box. Hey there, darling, again, as well as yours truly is harassing the help. And the lovely Mary B, who, sweetie, if I could figure out a way to bottle some of this heat, you can bet your sweet bippy I would be shipping it down to you. And you know what? I would even put return postage on the bottles so that you could put some of your cool in that bottle and ship it up to me. I know the wheat farmers would be pissed because it would take a little bit longer for their wheat to finish ripening so that they can harvest it. But I'm thinking turnaround time with my bottled heat getting to you and your bottled cold getting to me, they should be done cutting by then so they can just shut the hell up and quit whining. How's that sound? I also see Oslo is here, as well as the one, the only, rounding out the crew, UK Oliver. How you doing, sweetie? Again. Okay, yeah, we're going to get to some things that just kind of knotted my knickers just a skosh today. And yes, honey, I know it's really easy to apologize after the fact, but you know, sometimes you need to stop and think before you. That's why they say count to 10. You know? And it works really well, except for with my dogs when they dig up my radishes, and then I just go instant, you little sons of you, and then as if this is torture for them, you know, I start swinging the hose around, and so they get soaked down, and they're like, oh, we feel bad. We're sorry. We won't do it again till the next time when you have the hose in your hand and you can soak us down. 'Cause, yeah, that's about as mean as I get with my dogs. Or I don't spritz them with my essential oils blend for, you know, to keep critters, bugs away. Because if I don't spritz them every day, the flies are just horrid. 'Cause, you know, it's that time of year. And so I spritz them every morning before I head off for work, and it kind of keeps the flies off of them till I get home, and then they have to be spritzied again. Sweetness at large. Yes, Mary B is the sweetness at large. You got that right, Bo Diddy. Okay, where was I at? I'm so confused. I need a wee bit of water. It's a wee bit hot, and I was just a bit parched. Okay. What I had shared that had crankified me just a skosh was what is going on over in Israel and Palestine. And it was a video that was basically interviewing a bunch of little Palestinian young men. I'm going to call them young men because most of them were 14 to 16, although some of them were younger than that had been arrested. One of them, merely because he was standing there watching the goings on. He looked guilty, and therefore, innocent until proven guilty doesn't even come into play. People need to stop and realize that's not necessarily a universal thing. It depends on the tyrant as to how they wish to exercise or allow you to exercise that natural born right. But these children are being taken a lot of times right in front of their parents, parents being smacked around or pushed around or what have you, children being smacked around or pushed around or just generally beaten the tar out of them, and sometimes worse, simply because they are from Palestine as opposed to Israel. And yes, one of these people said, well, they were throwing rocks. Really? Really? Y'all throw bullets. They throw rocks. Which one's worse? You throw bullets, they retaliate with rocks. Yeah, I could see where that would warrant them needing to be arrested and beaten to a pulp and incarcerated without their parents being notified as to why. Yeah, I can understand. Sure. Can you smell the sarcasm? In case you cannot, it has that lovely aroma that if you've ever driven by a feedlot or a dairy, you know that lovely pungent aroma of money that needs to be laundered really bad? Yeah, that's what sarcasm smells like. And I was laying on a pretty heavy dose there. Because, yeah, y'all need to stop and realize, how would you feel? Number one, how would you feel if the UN just all of a sudden got a bug up its butt and came over and took your state, your whole fucking state, and said, guess what? These people over here, they have a God-given right to where you live, so you have to leave. Oh, by the way, you don't have time to pack your shit. You'll just surrender that. You can leave with the clothes on your back if you're lucky. And if you don't move fast enough, we'll arrest you and beat you and throw you somewhere where, you'll never know if you'll get out alive or not. And sure, we might feed you once in a while, and when we finally do let you go, it's after we've traumatized you for life. Or at least left a really, really big scar on your soul that is going to take a while to heal. Now, you put yourself in those shoes for just a moment, okay? You're in those shoes, right? Okay, now you haven't moved fast enough. Or maybe you just happen to be in a state that is bordering the state that the UN came in and said, fuck you, you can't have this anymore. We've decided these people get to live here now. Why? Because we can. Just because. Now, you live in a bordering state, and these people that live in this state that the UN gave them, well, they've gone forth and propagated. They have made babies like crazy. So now they're feeling just a skosh cramped. They need some room. So they start making a little bit of elbow room. Just pushing a wee bit on your border, on where you live. Because really, seriously, when you get right down to it, nobody owns the land. Nobody, not even the leeches that seem to think that they own everything. They don't even own the land. Because you know what? We all die. And we all go back to being dust. And if the sun goes nova, I doubt if it goes supernova, but if the sun becomes a red giant or whatever and totally encompasses the earth or engulfs the earth, however you wish to put that, we will become stardust. So we all go back to being stardust eventually anyway. None of y'all own the piece of dirt you're on, but you're occupying it for a while. You're paying rent to that fictitious entity called government. And you think you're playing along just fine. You think all those taxes that they're collected from you is to keep you safe, to keep you from having tanks going down your streets. Yeah, buddy, I pay taxes so I don't have tanks going down my streets. Look around, peeps. What's those lovely little military vehicles that every police department has now? Pay taxes so you can have tanks going down your streets now, eh? It's just they took the little apostrophe T off, didn't they? Yeah. Uh, so, these people that are in this lovely little state, let's say it's the state of Oklahoma. I'm going to pick on Oklahoma because I pick on Oklahoma a lot anyway, and because Oklahoma has a nice little handle to it that you can just whip around whenever you want to. In any case, they take Oklahoma. Well, they decide that Oklahoma just ain't enough. They don't like that little handle anymore. They want to take in the whole handle of Texas. Texans being Texans ain't going to stand for that too well, don't you know? Texans being those gun-loving crazy terrorists, homegrown terrorists, by the way. You will get that lovely little name tag that says terrorist once the people in Oklahoma that, they live there now because the UN gave it to them. Once they decide they want to take your panhandle as well, you will become the terrorist. If you aren't already, then it will definitely be generally accepted amongst the peoples of the world that you are a terrorist through no doing of your own, simply because these people on this side of that imaginary dotted line have decided they want where you live. Yeah. And so they start pushing you out. What are you going to do? Huh? Are you going to fight back? Dirty little fuckers. Sorry little son of a bitches. The hell you doing fighting for what's yours? Fighting for the place that you built? How dare you have the gall to think that you should be able to stay living where your family has grown up? Generations. How dare you? How dare you be so selfish as to not get the fuck out of the way for people that, well, they just don't have enough room and they want what you have because, damn, you sure made the place look nice. I think I'll take that now. How would you feel? Don't you think you'd be a little bit pissed? Now, let's add just a little bit of awesome sauce to that whole thought process for just a sec here. How's about we add the little awesome sauce that some other amorphous country, say Russia, decides to start giving arms to the people in Oklahoma that want to spread out into the panhandle of Texas because, well, you've made it look so nice now. And Russia is giving them weapons and money, by the way, and then calling you assholes because you're saying, what the fuck? That's not right. And so these people in Oklahoma that want to take your shit because you've made it look so nice, they're going to start bombing the shit out of it and then saying it's your fault that they had to bomb the shit out of it because you wouldn't move fast enough. Kind of sucks, don't it? Now, let's throw in a few nuts on that awesome sauce, shall we? How's about that house while you were out trying to keep these people from Oklahoma from encroaching any further into where you grew up, where you built your life? You're trying to keep them from encroaching too much farther into it. If nothing else, save your neighbor's home. They bomb your house with your family in it. They're all gone. Physically. Spiritually, they're still here, but physically, they have become dust. They have become part of Mother Earth. They have gone back to where they came from. Are you going to be just a skosh sad? A skosh pissed, maybe? I think so. Is that going to make you get just a wee bit desperate? Get to the point where, oh, you don't really give a shit if you live or die because they took away your reason for living. Excuse me. Put yourself in those shoes. The next time you say, fucking towel hat scumbag shits that need to be shot, just shoot the little fuckers and get it over with. Next time you say that, or that thought crosses your mind, also, I hope to hell the thought that crosses your mind, if not directly, if not right beside it actually, directly following it at least. There but for the grace of God, go I. Whether you believe in God or not, that is a very appropriate saying. There but for the grace of God, go I. And trust me, people, it is not inconceivable. And I watched The Princess Bride last night, by the way. And I do know that means what I think it means. It is not inconceivable for something like that to happen to us. Our britches are not that big. They really are not. And we have been the bully on the block for quite some time. Even if it's just by our sitting back and going, I didn't do it, the government did. Where do you think the government comes from? Your fucking imagination. You're allowing them to be that way. That's where it comes from. Yeah. Yeah, Gary L. Gary L's lineage knows what it's like to have an invader seize their land. And actually, part of my family tree knows what that's like. And also, another part of my family tree knows what it's like to be a slave. Because, you know, Irish. And there was an awful lot of Irish slaves over here. Awful lot. So, you know, I'm not going to use that as a crutch. I'm not going to say I know how these people feel, because I don't. Because really, I don't identify as a victim in any of this. If I don't wish to be a victim, I'm not going to think of myself as a victim. Does that mean bad shit won't happen to me? No, it does not. All it means is that I'm not going to sit there and go, pity me, feel bad for me. There ought to be a law. Because you know what? There's no freaking such thing as legislating morality. You just plain can't do it. You cannot convince people through legislation to behave in a moral manner. You just can't. And so that's kind of, you know, that kind of leads me into this next thing. I don't know if I'm going to get to very many articles. I did see a few of them that I wanted to get to, but wow, I saw this on, it's really starting to get some traction over here on Fakey Book. The sit-in that the Democrats are doing. Really? You make $172,000 a year and you're having a sit-in? Are you guys going to suck your thumbs while you're sitting there? Do you have your blankies so that you can snuggle up in your little safe place? We're going to sit here and we're going to suck our thumbs and we're going to pout until you let us take your guns away. Do what? Oh, no, they're not going to take them away initially. This is just another little bitty toe step on that path. Oh, it's just people that are on the no-fly list. Oh, yeah. And that has absolutely no problems whatsoever, does it? Like the little 8-year-old boy who happens to have the same name as someone else who's on the no-fly list. Unfortunately, this little 8-year-old boy who is now 8 years old, but his name has been on the no-fly list for, well, since he was born. And so, even as a 6-month-old, the poor little toddler got the cop and feel thing going on when he was flying with his mama. How would you like that? How would you like it if your child got the old cop and feel brigade shit going on? I don't think you'd like it, would you? I'm thinking that's judging him guilty without benefit of anything. And you know what? What the hell kind of crime is a 6-month-old child going to commit other than having nuclear waste in his diaper? Huh? I mean, yeah, sometimes that stuff is just flat-ass criminal. The aroma to it, at least. But what the hell? Oh, Bo, you going to give them your guns? What is that? One little metallic piece at a time? It's going to be a fast-flying projectile? Is that how that's going to work? What's this you're sharing, Grim? Oh, they have binkies. Oh, that's so cute, Grimmy. They have their binkies. Ladies, that's not a very ladylike way to sit. People might see your junk. Ew. Ew. So my question is, how many are actually participating in the sit-in? Oh, if they can take them from you? Well, I'm sure you're going to give them your armaments one piece at a time. Kind of like that Johnny Cash song, right? Kind of, sort of. That's kind of the way I figured, Bo Diddy. You're from that great state of Texas. Y'all are crazy about your guns, don't you know? Of course, not much different up here in Booneyville either. I know people that would make a National Guard armory weep in envy. Just saying. I ain't saying their names out loud because, those of us out here that know them already know that. But, hey, DEFCON 3. Really? Oh, I don't know that I'm going to be too concerned about it because you know what? I can't stop some moron from pushing the button. I really can't. Unless I'm in the room, I'm not going to stop some moron from pushing the button. I'm really not. And that's the other thing that makes me absolutely nuts about this whole freaking sit-in thing. They want to take other people's guns away. And yet, the people that surround them, their security detail, all have guns. And what is it? Ms. Diane Finkelstein, Frankenstein, whatever the hell her name is from California. She thinks that military veterans should not be able to own a firearm because, well, they're just not right in the head. How the fuck do you think they got not right in the head, darling? Y'all sent them into a war zone with all kinds of stupid-ass war rules, like, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. Totally asinine. Rules of engagement, I believe, is what you call them. And then you bring them home damaged. Yeah. Which, why don't you go over there for a while, honey, and you tell me that you're not damaged? Okay, never mind. That's pretty much a rhetorical question because you're already freaking damaged. But, yeah. They're just fine to go over and shoot people over there. But when they come back home, oh God, no. Now that we've trained them, now that they know exactly what we sent them to do, we can't let them have weapons because they might use them on us. You think? I think. Okay. UK Oliver shared this over in the RLM chat. I'm going to check this out real quick. This is over on freedomfightertimes.com. This is a DEFCON warning system alert status for 9:43 p.m. Sunday, June the 19th, 2016. Condition code is yellow, DEFCON 3. That was Sunday. Today's Wednesday. So what are we going to do here? There are currently no imminent nuclear threats against the United States at this time. However, the situation is considered fluid and can change rapidly. I'm thinking most situations are fluid and can change rapidly because, that's what happens. You go from now to now to now to now. And, people in positions of power, they have the attention span and the mindset of a woman on menopause that has a lot of people around her that are really pissing her off. They can go from 0 to psycho in 0.09 seconds. This is the, and what's really sad is those are people that, whether you believe in the whole voting process or not, I do think on the local scale it really does or can work. But once you get to the national scale, I'm not really so sure about it, especially if you have machines where you have to use a machine to vote and the machine does the counting. Yeah, freaking crazy ass people that we put in large and in charge. Or we at least let them think that they are large and in charge. How do we do that? Because we don't tell them, no, you're not. We are large and in charge. There's more of us than there are of you. You are supposed to iron out the details. We are supposed to tell you what we want done. And if you don't do it properly, instead of saying that you need to have term limits on these people, you need to just not vote for them again. If you truly do believe the voting process works, then don't vote for an incumbent. Every time an election comes up, you see an incumbent on there. I don't give a shit how bad the other guy is. Vote him in. Because the incumbent has already been there. They know the ropes and they've gotten comfortable. You don't want them to get comfortable in there? Vote their sorry ass out. If you vote them out and they still win, then you win because there is your little bam, Acme light bulb moment that says, howdy doody. How you like me now? Voting did you so much good, didn't it? You thought you were booting this sorry piece of shit out of office. Guess what? It's rigged. You ain't got no say. Which if that does not initiate a few pitchforks and some hot tar and some feathers and some torches and maybe some, don't be marching on with signs. That's not going to do shit. It really isn't. And actually the pitchforks and the tar and feather and all that fun stuff ain't going to do a whole hell of a lot either. Except for on a very local scale. Fear of God, fear of the people in their mind maybe, but ooh, we would be terrorists. Oh, darn. But yeah, I think the best way to do it is to say, fine. And just instead of letting them do their little suck your thumb, suck on your binky, where's your little safe space blankie, all that fun stuff, how about we have a sit-in and say, okay, you think that's how it works? We just won't work for a week. See what happens then. See how quickly shit gets done. If people around the country just said, fine, that's the way you want to be, 1 week, we ain't working. No grocery stores, no gas stations, no nothing, no internet, nothing. If something breaks, tough, you're done till the end of the week. Wonder what would happen then. I don't think you'd even have to go for a whole week, but I think a week would be a really good lesson. Oh, Rob says we got to have drums. Yeah, that works. I like that. Yeah, Grammy, I looked at that pic, and it looks like there's only like 4 or 5, or I don't know. Let me look on this one. I'll check this one. Okay. Let me check this out. Yeah. Thank you, Oliver, for that DEF CON link, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm really not. I mean, if it blows to shit, it blows to shit. And if it doesn't blow to shit, then it doesn't blow to shit. Then that means tomorrow I have another day to try and do something right. Okay, let's see. What other? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40-ish. I mean, there's probably some pages and some whatever. So 40-ish people. Big woo. Big woo. Although 40-ish can do something on a small scale. Like out here in Booneyville. 40-ish people mad as hell going to a city council meeting. You can bet your sweet ass somebody's going to step up and go, "Oh, we're sorry. Oops. Our bad." Even if they try to explain it away. You got some splaining to do, assholios. Which is kind of, yeah. My phone went off, so I'm going to... Hey, my leash reaches. I have a message. Oh. Alrighty. In front of where I work is going to be closed tomorrow morning. One of my coworkers just sent me a text. Bonus round! Does that mean I don't have to work? No, it means I have to go in the back way. Hee hee hee. Oh well. I'll be able to loiter. Because I'm sure we won't have a whole hell of a lot of business. Okay, let me see what's going on over here on Fakeybook. Because I had a shitload of notifications. Okay. Yes. Okay. And Penny, sweetheart, honey, I know it made you angry, but sometimes it is better to accept an apology. Just saying. Okay, let me check out that effing site real quick. And then I think I'm going to get to something silly, something fun, because it is a frickin' Wackadoodle Wednesday, and I'm thinking I need some wackadoodles instead of things that are just frickin' whacked and I need to smack someone. Oh, it means some twat wants to restart the Cold War. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Oliver. I did not know that's what it meant. Okay. Let me catch up on the reading here. When governments strike people with fear, then by definition that government are terrorists. Damn straight, Skippy. Damn straight. I think our government has become quite good at that. Don't you? They've been doing it for years. It's just that now people have finally had enough and said, all right, damn it, I am sick of this shit. You know, around my family, when someone says DEFCON 3, it's like, don't go near the bathroom for at least 10 minutes. Just saying. And yeah, after my family reunion this last weekend, which was lots and lots of fun, I think I'll just get to that right now. Let's see. Yeah, they do keep falling for it, but yeah, it is the propaganda trough that they are all feeding from, isn't it? And that's another one of those things that is just really, really funny. Some people are so very good at pointing out propaganda by the other guy, but they can't see the propaganda that's being fed to them. Yum. Take them blinders off, honey. Open up your eyes just a wee bit more, and you might start seeing propaganda everywhere. And once you start seeing it everywhere, then you start going, shit, I don't believe a goddamn thing any of them say. I know, I am such a potty mouth tonight, but damn, it's been a whacked day. Hi there, RLM 57705. How you doing? Welcome aboard. I know you're probably not listening yet, but if you are, hey there, hi there, ho there. Okay, I'm going to tell you about How I Spent My Family Reunion by Grammy Mary. Picture fingers on my cheeks, doing the little cutesy pie thing. Okay. MIC program propaganda. Yeah, well, you know, it's all just a bunch of, yeah. Smoke up the arse. Except for my family reunions, and it's smoke coming out the arse, and when you see it, if it's a green smoke, you run. You just do. Oh well, in any case, I did not do my rocket chair last Friday because I wanted to get to the family reunion prior to the big bada boom that was building just north of town. Well, I didn't make it. I didn't get there prior to the storm, which it was quite a bit of a white knuckler for the last 40 miles of my trip. Uh, Highway, the speed limit is 75 miles an hour, and the fastest people got in that little 40-mile stretch there was 40 miles an hour. That's the fastest we got up to, and that was when the wind kind of died down just a skosh, when you could actually see where in the hell you were driving. Because the first 20 miles of it was dirt and dust and circular clouds and rotation all over the place, dust devils on both sides of the highway. So I was definitely going, where's my ruby slippers? And the flying monkeys, the little bastards. Where in the hell are they hiding at? But once I got past that 20-mile mark, I thought, okay, here comes the rain. It's going to be cool. I'll be able to, and then, toosh, I was looking for Noah. Yeah. You couldn't, my wipers were on full blast, and they still could not keep up. And morons were pulling off on the side of the road, not leaving their emergency flashers on. So I'm really, really amazed that there were no accidents actually on the highway from that kind of ignorance. But, wow. When I did finally get to town, I took a few pictures of what was just north of town after I'd gotten through it, and which it was not looking pretty. We did have quite a few little funnel clouds peeking down, but nothing touched down, at least around town. But yeah, I had to check for hail damage, and had a pit in my windshield. Damn it. Gonna have to get that fixed. But other than that, I made it. And the rest of the family made it, and we all swapped horror stories of driving through the storm to get to the family reunion, which we always got to have something like that. I think we have not had a single family reunion where we haven't had a tornado at one time or another, or some kind of bad weather. But then we damn near had a fight because we had some individuals that were not here legally that were hitting on some nieces. And I don't mean hitting on as in smacking them. I mean hitting on as in, hey baby, want a party? Offering adult beverages and a little herbage to 14-year-olds. Needless to say, we got a little cranky about that. And unfortunately, these people did not take a hint. And sadly, the cops did get involved. It was the management that called the cops, not on us, on the other people. And the management came down and apologized to us. But yeah, we just can't get together. My family just can't get together without having some kind of shit going on. That's just all there is to it. What is this? Too many are not prepared. You know what, Bo? You are never prepared. I don't care how much of a prepper you are never prepared for what reality dishes out. You just aren't. Because there's always going to be something you didn't think of. And yeah, Oliver, there are going to be a lot of them that are going to be crying and blaming the other guy and then looting. That, sadly, is another fact of life. Of humanity, human nature, however you wish to put that. But hopefully things won't get that ugly everywhere. I do see that happening in the bigger cities, though. I just can't see it not happening. But in any case, back to my family reunion. I'm sunburned still. As if you really wanted to know that, but I am. I have been doing the cami thing all week because bras hurt. So yeah, I'm a fried Grammy still. I'm turning into a Grammy cracker color though. So there you go. I'm no longer just a cracker. I'm a Grammy cracker color now. Yes, Beth Z, the conditioning and the dependency and the ignorance and willful ignorance on a lot of their parts. Most definitely. Gotta agree with that. You know, they have signs up at state parks, national parks, all that stuff. Please do not feed the animals because they become dependent and can no longer fend for themselves. I think those signs need to be posted on every freaking street corner. Sadly, though, there are too many people out there that cannot fend for themselves through no fault of their own, but through the machinations of the system that decided that they were going to be an example, and therefore they are going to be homeless. And they are the filthy hordes that we need to be rid of. And once again, I say, there but for the grace of God, go I. Because it could happen to any of us in a heartbeat. I can't tell you how many people are out there on the streets, how many families are out there on the streets because of the wonderful medical system. They have outrageous medical bills that they can no longer pay, and therefore they lose everything. Oh, but wait. Obamacare was going to fix that, wasn't it? Yeah, it fixed it all right. It fixed a lot of people. And that's another prime example of where the system is just so broken from our perspective. But it's also doing exactly what I believe they wanted it to do. Exactly. There was a plan, and the plan has worked so far. The thing is, and that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing out here, I do believe on a local level you can fix it. You can start affecting some change. So I'm going to try and do that on a local level. Right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm going to try. And that's the main reason why I do this on the radio. I mean, I could be talking to myself or I could be talking to you wonderful people, but I'm maybe somewhere down the road, someone will hear something that I say that will trigger an Acme light bulb moment. And I'm not saying that I'm the wisest person on the block or any of that fun shit, because trust me, I even get Acme light bulb moments from listening to San Fran Nan. So, you know, anybody can be an inspiration, and you never know what direction that inspiration is going to take you. So, my thoughts are, if I can say one thing that touches one person and motivates them to do one positive thing, just one, I've made a difference. Because I do what I can do out here in the boonies. I do my trying to be positive. But, and trying to carry my share of the load and tend to myself, be responsible for my own actions, my own words. Thank you, Laid In. Yeah, I do like that. Laid In shared an awesome meme. Always be yourself. Unless you can be a pirate, then always be a pirate. Arr! Arr, matey. Scurvy dogs in the government. Arr! Make them walk the plank. I'm going to have to be a pirate on Friday. I can tell it already. Yeah, buddy. Hi, the lovely Miss TD. I see your little Tweety bird. I'm only a bird in a gilded cage. Tweety's my name, but I don't know my age. Okay, I do know my age. Okay, let's find something really silly instead of me just kind of going, die. Where was that? I saw something earlier. There we go. How about we go here? This is over on UPI. Yeah, you guessed it. And it's from somewhere else, not in the USA. Because you know what? Not everything happens in the USA. Just saying. There's a great big world out there. And we all got to learn to take care of it together, or that great big world is going to get really, real pissed at us, and it's going to shake us off like a bad case of fleas. Just saying. In any case, in Colombo, Sri Lanka, an elephant apparently is brought to a halt by an intimidating little girl. Well, she's wearing yellow. Maybe that has something to do with it. There is a video attached to this. A confident little girl in Sri Lanka was recorded bringing an elephant to a halt with an outstretched hand and a command. The elephant slowly walks down the road in the June 5th footage as the young girl approaches from the opposite direction. The girl stops walking, holds out one hand toward the elephant, and shouts a command. The elephant, startled, stopped in its tracks. The girl walks to the toward the elephant, which backs away before fleeing into some trees. Now, I'm thinking she doesn't look that intimidating, but, maybe it was the little yellow dress, or maybe it was just her aura that pretty much told the elephant, dude, she's going to come get your ass. No ivory, so I don't think she's a hunter. But I just thought, it's just a cute little ditty, and it's got a little video attached to it. I just thought it was cute as all get out. See, you have an elephant, which is a huge beast, which could trample her easily. And yet she, this small little girl, with determination and a firm voice, said no and intimidated this elephant and scared it off. There's a lesson in there. There's a lesson. Like the elephant clan, all we got to do is stand up, hold our hand out, and with a very firm and confident voice, make the command. No more. Arr, Miss Beth, you're going to wear an eye patch? Cool. No, you can't unhonk a horn either. Nope. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Happiness is sacking your family and carefully choosing who you call friends. Now, see, my family actually does get along quite well for the most part. I mean, occasionally we have little spitter spats, but they don't last long. And usually the spitter spats are over, nuh-uh, my belch was way better. Because, we don't argue over whose farts were more pungent, because that's pretty much a given. The one who had the most people fall over. Okay. A silly fact. Pirates wore eye patches, so one eye was always conditioned to the dark. Ah! Not because they lost an eye. When going into the dark, the patch was flipped over to the opposite eye. How interesting. That is cool. Thank you, Oliver. That is really cool. Oh, except for Marty Feldman. Yeah, Marty Feldman had them Marty Feldman eyes that went all over the place. I absolutely love Marty Feldman. And yeah, I do know people that have either a blurred out over their eye or an eye patch over their eye to strengthen the other eye. So, they do that as well. Oh, unless you're a chameleon. Oh, my goodness. And yeah, we had a little lizard at the family reunion, too. And it was so freaking funny because all the girls, the little girls, like my nieces and that kind of stuff, were trying to catch/pet the little, because everybody likes little salamanders. Or at least in my family, very few of us are, shrieking little girls when it comes to slimy things. Except for, like spiders and snakes. Some of us are not real keen on those. But yeah, this little lizard was just running around at the family reunion, and we're all going, "Oh, it's so cute!" And the girls are bending over and trying to touch it, and it's zipping up walls and all that fun shit. Well, my mother comes around the corner and she sees this and she goes, "What are you guys doing to that little alligator?" And I swear to God, bless her heart, my mother is absolutely insane. But that comes from having 10 children and letting us all live past puberty. So, yeah. My mother is just nuts. Just nuts. And I love her like that. And by the way, she is also planning to live to be, I think the last age that she said she's planning to live to is 126. She was saying 154, but then she decided that might be pushing it a wee bit. She thought she'd get all of her stuff sorted by 126. She's 84 now. Crazy old lady. Okay. Let me share this little elephant over here on that effing site. I gotta do a little emoticon here. Holy shit, I didn't see the little piratey frog guy. Dang it. Now I'm gonna have to use him. Not this time, but... Okay, where's the one I want to use? There it is. I found it. I found it. Okay. I'm going to go to my pocket now, because I do have a few things in my pocket that I wished to get to today. And this is one that Grammy put on my wall earlier over on that effing site. Just to let you know how freaking insane the world has gotten. This is from therealstrategy.com. Christopher Kimmett wrote it. Gun emoji just got banned by Google, Microsoft, Apple, and Facebook. Why? Because it's scaring people. They need to go to their safe space now. We had an awful lot of people going to their safe space over the weekend, too. Just saying. Of course, in a funny way. You know, lawn darts. Well, not lawn. The finger darts. You know those things that they have the rubber band in the end and you pull them back and... yeah. I have bruises. Not necessarily from the darts, but either from trying to dodge and there being an immobile object right close to me that I didn't see out of my peripheral vision. Or because I was running to catch something and an immovable object was in the way and I didn't see because I was concentrating on what I was going to catch. Needless to say, I have bruises. I'm very colorful today, yet. Okay, Unicode meeting bans rifle emoji. So, is this a response to the mass shooting in Orlando? That is a resounding, yup. The digital emojis creating death cults and terror. Yes, this is according to technocrats. Because if you see a picture of it, you're going to kill people. And I know why that mass shooting happened in Orlando. You know that one that didn't really happen, but that they're using as happened? I know why it happened. Because when you lay Florida on its side, it looks like a gun. That's why. You need to ban Florida. That's all there is to it. Florida needs to be wiped off the map because it looks like a gun. So does Oklahoma, by the way. If you have a very fertile imagination. Okay, so there is an emoji for almost everything now, from robots to tacos to lollipops. But the one emoji that recently got the cut, it was a rifle, because it was a picture of a rifle, and that's inciting violence, and you just can't go there. Members of the Unicode Consortium, the group overseeing emoji standards across platforms. Really? Y'all have someone that oversees standards of little cartoonish images. How fucked up is that? I would think you would just let the prevailing market decide, you know, instead of having a committee that says, oh, well, we don't like that one because it's piss poorly drawn. I know an awful lot of them. I've used some that are piss poorly drawn, and yet I still use them because someone put them out there. How about if people are offended by it, they just don't use it? Or they call people out when they use it and then go to their little safe space when everybody makes fun of them. No, you have to have this ban for your own good. You must remove the rifle from the upcoming Unicode 9.0, which includes 72 soon-to-be-released characters. That's after Apple, who is a voting member of the group, reportedly voiced concern for those that venture out of their safe space and see the image of a cartoon gun and wet themselves. The depiction for the modern pentathlon, is that how you say that? Which shows a man firing a pistol, was also removed. Because, well, just because it's part of the Olympics or some kind of sporting event, well, we can't show someone doing that because, egad, safe space, microaggression. I'm seeing it through the TV. It must be true. ABC has reached out to Apple for comment. Well, don't be surprised if a worm pokes its ugly little head out and gives you a response. The Unicode Consortium is comprised of various technology companies and organizations who gather to consider emoji candidates, including Apple, Facebook, Google, Microsoft. The members then vote on them and choose descriptions for the next batch of emojis, such as grinning face with smiling eyes. That would sound so much better if I said it like I was some kind of Japanese guy. Grinning face with smiling eyes. Oh no, that wasn't even close. Somebody that can do Godzilla stuff really good. You need to say that with some kind of funky ass accent because it would sound way much better that way. So you guys, wow. You choose descriptions and everything for them. Do you name them? Because what if I don't like the name that you give them? I'll just give them my own. Thank you very little. Apparently from there, Apple, Google, and Microsoft, which oversee the 3 biggest mobile platforms, are free to put their own design touches on the emoji before deploying them to users, which accounts for the variations in emoji design. Well, y'all are free to do whatever you wish with them. Why in the hell aren't we free to use them or not use them? Put them out there. If no one wishes to use them, then you may discard them. After they've been out there for 3 months and no one used it, I'm thinking, trash it. But wait. Maybe 2 months down the road, they'll go, son of a bitch, I had that somewhere. What'd I do? Oh, shit, I put it in the Goodwill bag. Damn it, I could have used that. That's usually what happens with me. I do massive house cleaning, and then a couple weeks later, I go, where the hell is that? God dang, I know I have one of those. Oh, shit, I took it to Goodwill. Damn it. Yeah. That's usually the way it works in my house. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Thank you, Grimmy, for this. Okay, I got to see what Oliver did. Yes, Marty Feldman eyes. Yes. I love that song, too. Okay, let's see. Okay, silly facts. Babies cry to the same melody as the local accent. I didn't know that. So Swedish babies cries go up and down. French go up and Germans go down. Ah! And all babies all babies speak Chicanese when they're first learning to speak because it's a conglomeration of just about every sound in every language. Stop and listen. Seriously, listen to a baby start babbling. You can hear a little bit from probably just about every language on the planet. Because I think they're trying to figure out which sounds, they get positive feedback from. And that's the direction their brain goes. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You're in a silly mood? There's nothing wrong with being silly, Oliver. I love silly. Silly, silly, silly. And yes, Texas babies do go, yee-haw. Uh-oh. RLM 57705. Honey, are you having trouble? You're in, you're out. Okay, did I put that? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Thank you for that, Grammy. That was a real, whoa. Big babies. Big babies. I'm thinking this is a wanny woo-woo moment. Anyone who is absolutely terrified by a cartoon image of a toy gun really needs to have their nappy changed. Just saying. Because obviously their brains leaked out. I'm thinking that's a mega wah. And I'm going to put that over on Fakey Book. I don't need to put it on FN because Grimm already did. Because he's an overachiever, don't you know? Okay, I'm going to go back to my pocket now. And see what other kind of fun things I have in there. Because I do have a few interesting things. This is one of those that I believe Penny shared it earlier in the week. And this is kind of, I decided that this is my mom. My mother will do this, and she probably will look like that too, because once you get to a certain age, y'all look the same. This is from collectiveevolution.com. A 122-year-old woman has the most important secret to a life of longevity. Now, this was actually published in April of 2014, so little old. The primary determinant of health for the average person is thought, not genetics, not exercise, or nutrition, but the mind. This has been shown over and over again by scientific fields of neuroimmunology. Holy crap-a-noli, people, do you really need to have words that damn long? Also, psychoneurocardiology and psychoneuroendocrinology. Wow, I made it all the way through that one without spraining my tongue. I am impressed with myself. Just saying. This is also not to mention cancer research and all the various psychosomatic disorders that have been studied. Which, speaking of psychosomatic disorders, really? Restless leg syndrome? Really? You know how many syndromes are out there simply because they have a drug that they haven't figured out what they want to use it for, what it's really good for, and yet they've invested all of this research time, like some total of 6 months, researching, and decided we've got to get our money back on this somehow, and the public is gullible, so let's create a syndrome. Oh, let's say like attention deficit disorder, or attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder. Yeah, that's the ticket. Let's put them on some kind of psychotic inducing medication. Yeah. Psychotic break inducing medication, shall I say. Yeah, there you go. Oh well, to go on with this. Wow, go off on a tangent again. If you doubt that thought affects health, then I'll be happy to have a truckload of research evidence dumped at your doorstep. At your expense, by the way, that you can take the next few years perusing. Or, on second thought, why don't I just relate a story? The oldest documented woman that ever lived was a French woman named Jeanne Clémet? I know I butchered it, honey, sorry. who made it to 122 years, 164 days on this earth. Wow. I'll bet she was ready to punch that ticket to get the hell off of here. So what was her secret? Well, according to French researcher Jean-Marie Robin, she never did anything special to stay in good health. She smoked cigarettes starting at the age of 21, drank port wine, and ate a couple of pounds of chocolate sweets a week until she was 119 years old. Which is why, she didn't last much longer, because apparently she stopped doing all of those things that she loved doing at 119, and her health just went to shit after that. Worked that way with my grandpa. They took away his bacon every day, and his health just went to shit. She credited her longevity to laughing a lot and not getting stressed out. She's quoted as saying, "If you can't do anything about it, don't worry about it." Number one, it probably didn't hurt that her life circumstances, born into wealth and married wealth, enabled a life of ease and comfort, or in other words, no mental stress, which, excuse me, but even wealthy people have mental stress. It's just a completely different type of mental stress. And stressors are not just mental. Stressors can also be induced by what you are taking into your body. And I'm not just saying food that you are voluntarily taking in. I'm talking about the shit that's in the water, or the preservatives and additives and chemicals and all that other nasty stuff that's in processed food. Those things also stress the body and stress the mind. So, let's contrast this with someone that I knew personally that lived a very healthy lifestyle, ate right, exercised, and could be described as being disgustingly healthy. He dropped dead of a heart attack at age 61. Yeah. Eat right, die anyway. Exercise, die anyway. You know what the common denominator is with all of us? Y'all die eventually. And the other thing, you don't know when, because nobody bothered to tell you when your warranty runs out. You just find out just like, shit, warranty's up, if you even get to have that thought. Funny enough, this didn't surprise me because I knew this person to be a type A personality. And I also recall never having seen him laugh, not even once. So see, I am going to live till I die. But I'm going to laugh all the way through it, because even if life is going to sucker punch me, I'm going to find a reason to laugh about it. Even if it's just going, holy fuck, did I really fall for that shit? How frickin' moronic can I be? And then I will laugh at it and go, well, chalk up another life lesson. Bet I won't do that one again, at least not in the very near future. That's the problem with life lessons. Sometimes you have to repeat the course. That school of hard knocks can be tough. Personal stories are all well and good, but what does the research say about thought and the major causes of death? Well, like heart disease and cancer. The studies on thought and cardiac disease are so well known that there is really no point in covering it. But what about cancer? According to the Journal of Psychosomatic Research, extreme suppression of anger was the most commonly identified characteristic of 160 breast cancer patients. In other words, extremely low anger scores have been noted in numerous studies of patients with cancer. Such low scores suggest suppression, repression, or restraint of anger. Well, I really don't have to worry about that one either. There is evidence to show that suppressed anger can be a precursor to the development of cancer, and also a factor in its progression after diagnosis. In my opinion, the most interesting thing in this article is that a woman that lived 122 years smoked cigarettes for 100 years without any ill effect. Why didn't smoking lead her to an early grave? Well, I would say because thought is more important than lifestyle. And you know what's even more important than lifestyle? Researchers are starting to find out that the way your heart feels, and I'm not talking just the physical workings of your heart. I'm talking the feelings that emanate, because yes, the feelings do emanate out of that area of your body, or at least they do with me. And if you are feeling happy, if you're feeling carefree, if you're feeling loved, if you're feeling like extremely joyful or whatever, any of those positive things, it affects your mind in a positive manner and affects your outlook, and then you feel better physically. You look better physically, healthier. But if you have a Debbie Downer, if you are depressed all the time, if you're always being Eeyore, oh, the world sucks. My life sucks. Nobody loves me. I can't find my socks. If you're always going to be that way, then you're always going to see the negative side, because that's where your emotions are leading you to look. So you will always see the dark side, the ugly side, the negative side of everything. And what you don't realize is sometimes that negative, it's kind of a reverse effect, and it allows you to see things that looking at the actual picture doesn't let you see. So sometimes you need that negative in order to see a better focus on the positive. Maybe. And then again, maybe not. But that's the way I go about it. That's my way of doing things. I'm not telling you you have to do it that way, because, hey, I'm not your boss, applesauce. So there. I do believe it was a lovely Penny that initially shared this. Let me see here. What's going on here? Gardasil HPV vaccine trial using... What? What? Oh, that's just wrong. Who cried? Yimini. Ah, thank you, Gary L. I didn't know that. And Java Doctor, wow, you don't think criminals obey laws? You know the only reason that they make laws is to turn people into criminals, don't you? If you are a law-abiding citizen, wait, they'll write something to where you will no longer be a law-abiding citizen, because that's what they do every time they create a law. That's just one more chance for you. Yeah, Java, I'm thinking lots of sex would probably help, but yeah, I'm okay. I'll have to work on that one. I have to find someone first. Although I do believe that would be a contributing factor, because yeah, it would make you yippity skippity, wouldn't it? New World Order insider dies after revealing entire agenda. Ooh, that's Dr. Richard Day. Ah, thank you, Java Doctor. That Gardasil thing. You know why they give babies the Hep B shot, don't you? Because adults, the ones that really need it, they just aren't lining up fast enough to actually get those shots. And so, well, Big Pharma can't take that financial hit, so they've got to pawn it off on someone. So, hey, let's give it to newborn babies. Yeah, because, yeah, they're at risk. I think that's the number one thing that needs to be the first thing that we put a screeching halt to. Because all the shit that's in vaccines, the crap that those preservatives, it's not mercury. Really? What do you call thimerosal? We call it thimerosal. It's no longer called mercury. Yeah, it's still heavy metal poisoning on the brain. And that's what's wrong with people these days. Stop and think about it. How many people have had all of their lovely shots? Now, compare that to all the people that are just kind of going through life going, what? Nuh-uh, my government wouldn't do that to me. They wouldn't lie to me. Yeah. Programming's working real well, ain't it? Yes, it is. Crazy ass people. Okay, I'm going to put this lovely old lady over here. I don't know. I probably should have checked to see if she's still alive. Oh, no, apparently not, because it had it down to the day. Okay, where's the... Yeah, she smoked, she drank. She's a wild woman. She probably did lots of things that... We'll do this one, and we'll do this one. You know how them French are. Okay, dang. I only have a half an hour left. How in the hell did that happen? I don't even have... Yeah, I do. Half hour. Okay. Moving along. Fakey Book is going nuts. And no, I'm not over on Twitter because Twitter just has a tendency to really, really drain my bandwidth for some stupid reason. I don't know why. Hi, Lars. How are you doing, sweetie? Hope everything's going well in your world. Oh, thank you, Trish. Never discredit your gut instinct. You are not paranoid. Your body can pick up on bad vibrations. If something deep inside of you says something is not right about a person or a situation, trust it. Your body can tell. Well, it's like I was saying with the heart. They've actually been able to test the energy waves coming off of your heart and detect them several feet out from the body. So your body has a radar to it. And that's your gut instinct. That's your heart. When you can empathize with people, that's that body radar out there. You just need to get in touch with it. Hi, Michael. Oh, Gary, what you have to say? Yes, my dear, stupid is as stupid does. Yeah. Forrest Gump knew what he was talking about. Oh, and there was another one over here. Wow. Here we go. Yeah, this is one that I needed to get to. Let me see if I have this. I thought I put it in my pocket, but apparently I did not. No, yeah, I did. There it is. This is from the Daily Cause. Really, people? A Trump-inspired Tennessee congressional candidate erects Make America White Again billboard. Really? How far back are you going to go? You best not be going back too far, hun. Actually, it doesn't make a shit bit of difference how far back you go because America was never white, hun. Tennessee resident Rick Tyler, who's apparently running for Congress in Tennessee's 3rd District, put up a hideous billboard that drew outrage from Tennessee residents like Amy Hines Woody, who shared a photo of the billboard along with her disgust for the racist message. Number one, this racist bullshit has got to freaking stop. And I'm not talking this moron here. I'm talking every single person out there that says you're a black, that's a race. You're a Mexican, that's a race. You're a African, that's a race. You're a white person, that's a race. You're a Scandinavian, that's a race. Bull fucking shit. Ain't none of them races. It is the human race, period. It has become a rat race because the rats are on top right now. Why? Because we let them climb up there, either through our own ignorance or our own apathy. But we allowed them to climb up there. But it is a human race. There's no fucking such thing as a racist. Okay? There are different ethnicities. There are different cultures around the world. But seriously, you take it all the way back genetically, we all stem from the cradle of life. Every damn one of us. And possibly some aliens that came and tweaked the DNA. But we're all frickin' related. Every damn one of us. There ain't none of this race shit. It is people that happen to be born, or their ancestors happen to be born on a particular piece of dirt. Period. So throw the frickin' racist bullshit out the damn window already. There is no such thing. Okay? This article goes on to say, apparently this is her, this young lady's comment. I'm so enraged I can barely express myself without copious amounts of profanity. Well, honey, I just threw that out there for you. It's okay. I got it covered. This disgusting bunch of bigotry was erected about 20 minutes from our house, which, yeah, out here in Kansas, that's the way we judge distance as well. Oh, well, it'll take you about 60 minutes to get there. And sometimes we don't say hour, we say 60 minutes because, well, there's a difference. Just ask us, we'll tell you. The person listed, Mr. Rick Tyler, is the local business owner. He owns and runs the Whitewater Grill in Okie, Tennessee. Is that how, or is that Ochi? Please, if you are decent, loving people, and I know you to be, boycott this business, which that's the way it's supposed to be handled. We've already complained to the authorities, and so have many others. People of all colors have died in defense of our country, and this reprehensible display is not my America. Well, sweetheart, it's not your America anyway. Just throwing that out there. And calling people persons of color, when we're the ones that change color a hell of a lot more readily than anyone else on the planet, I'm thinking we're the ones that need to be called persons of color. And then when you actually get down to it and you go, well, we're persons of color, but you are also colorful, I think we're all persons of color, aren't we? So stop throwing that color bullshit out there as well. Oh, hey, and now there is an update. The sign is officially down. Never should have been there in the first place, but at least it's gone. Well, that is true. It never should have been there in the first place, but assholes will be assholes. And, you know, if nothing else, they're a lovely little life lesson, and they get a discussion going. But seriously, there is no such thing as make America white again, because there was no such thing, dumbass. Okay. What's this? Okay, I gotta catch up over here. Is the Queen of England a racist shit? Verse 6 of her national anthem calls to crush the Scots. Well, the Scots are not a race, honey. They are a cultural difference. One would say a ethnicity, but they're not a separate race. They're still humans, therefore not a separate race. And the Queen, well, I could give two spits less about. As my mother would say, if she was on fire, I wouldn't walk on across the street to piss on her to put her out. That's the way my mother would put it. Let's see. Oh, the Democrats are having a slumber party. Whee! How fun. Thank you, Java Doctor. That's going to be just so cool. I wonder if they're going to play Spin the Bottle, or if they're going to, I wonder what kind of meals they're going to have catered into them. Because they haven't gone on a hunger strike. You've noticed that, haven't you? And do they get scheduled bathroom breaks? Or are they just going to be wearing Depends all night? Because it's going to get rather wretched smelling, and as if it's not already. Let's see. Yeah, and those who believe that being Jewish is a race, and they're not. They're fucking humans. They are human beings, just like the rest of us. They may think they're different. They may think they're better, but you know what? That's what they get for having an independent thought. Okay? Hey! Human-like bear? In Jersey? No, that's just an Italian, honey. Germanic. Okay, who is the one with the Germanic ethnicity? Because I got some Germanic ethnicity too. Hell, I'm a frickin' Heinz 57. I got a wee bit of probably just about every ethnicity flowing through my veins. Oh, I see that bear. He's a cute little bear. He's doing tricks. Cute, Grimmy. Okay. They're going to piss and shit on the floor. Well, there you go, Grim. Alrighty. They show how adult they are. RLM 57705. Honey, you are just having all kinds of issues. I feel bad for you. Oh, wow. Did I share this over? I know it's on Fakey Book. I don't know. Is it over on Freedom's Network? Let me put it over there. Just because it needs to go there. So y'all can poke fun at this moron or maroon, depending on where you wish to put the emphasis. Total dope moment. You know, you hear banjos playing when you see signage like that. And it also makes me ponder, who was it that made that sign? Apparently, Shameless Hussy is something that comes to mind for me. It's like, damn. You'd do anything for money, won't you? I'll do just about anything for free. And if I like it, I'll do it twice. Oy. Okay, where's it at? Where's it at? I know I saw it. There it is. There it is. That's what it is. That's what he is, too. Okay. Back to my pocket I go. Although I got to see what's going on in the chat over here. Texas court acquits man who shot woman dead for refusing to have sex with him. What? Seriously. So was he a cop? Or is that just one of Queenie? Oh, thank you, Gariel. Yeah, I read something about, or listened to something about, read or listened, maybe both, today. Okay. Let me check this one out too. This is one other one that I really wanted to get to this evening before I round things up, because I really do want to end on kind of a happy note. And this is just like totally whacked. There is a video attached to this. So I'll just kind of get to the gist of it. New Jersey troopers arrest a woman for remaining silent during a traffic stop. Because although you have a right to remain silent, that's only after we tell you you have a right to remain silent. Shut your mouth. Answer me. Yeah. Two New Jersey state troopers cuffed a woman along a Warren County roadway and hauled her in on obstruction charge because she refused to answer questions during a traffic stop. This is according to dashboard camera footage obtained by the New Jersey Advance Media. On October 16th, the incident, which happened near the New Jersey-Pennsylvania border on Route 519, is now the subject of a federal civil rights lawsuit filed by the woman, Rebecca Musara, who is an attorney from Philadelphia. She claims in the suit that the troopers violated basic rules familiar to everyone who's ever watched a police show on TV, including the right to remain silent. Okay, if it's on TV, it must be true. Right? That's not a really good argument there, honey, but hey, we'll go along with it. She claims that at least 3 troopers insisted during the ordeal that her refusal to answer questions was a criminal act, which in their minds, possibly it was just a terroristic act, and they felt their life was in imminent danger, and she's lucky to be alive. Spokesman for the state police and the Attorney General's office, which is representing the troopers in the lawsuit, declined to comment on the allegations. Why? Because you can only spew so much shit before people start going, seriously, you fucking went there. Are you kidding me? Just pay the woman and shut up and move along. Answer me! Apparently, state police spokesman Captain Stephen Jones said in an email, in every instance where misconduct is alleged against a trooper or troopers, as in this case here, the division's internal affairs office will review the allegations and investigate the facts. In other words, we will police ourselves, and we will decide if we did any wrongdoing. And if we don't feel as though we've done any wrongdoing, well, you are going to have to pay the price for our fuck up. Because that's how it works, don't you know? In the event that problems are identified, training and or disciplinary measures are implemented where appropriate, which the training is basically next time don't get fucking caught. And your disciplinary measures are you have to go home for a month paid. Full bennies. But go home. Go to your room. I really wish someone would send me to my room, even for just a couple of days. With pay. I would gladly go to my room for a couple of days with pay, so long as I get potty breaks. Just shove food under the door. It's okay. Apparently, attorneys for the state have sought in federal filings to have the civil case dismissed because we would lose, claiming the troopers acted in good faith and without fraud or malice, with the color of law, the color of authority. We have our crayons and our coloring book, and it says that we have the authority to tell you that you must answer me. They've not yet addressed the specific charges in court papers yet, though, so hey. The New Jersey Advance Media obtained the footage along with the dispatch log from the evening through an open public records request filed in April, and the documents show that Trooper Matthew Stazone pulled Musara over just before 9:30 p.m., suspecting her of speeding. He was quickly joined by a second trooper, Dimitrik Gosa. Apparently, the second trooper showed up because Trooper Matthew was terrified because she probably said, I am a lawyer, and so he shit himself. The dashboard camera footage shows Stazone approach the vehicle on the passenger side and ask her for her license, registration, and insurance. While you're looking for that, do you know why you're being pulled over tonight? Now, see, anytime someone, if they ask me that, I'm just going to look at them with that Bambi in the headlights look like. You pulled me over. If you have to ask me why you pulled me over, then obviously you don't know either. So that means I can go. See you, bye. She claims that she provided the documents but didn't respond, which, hey, I don't know that being a lawyer, she should have even provided the documents, but that's just my take on it. After asking her several more times, he walked to the other side of her car, rapping on the window with a flashlight, and again demanding a response. Answer me! Or you're going to be placed under arrest if you don't answer my questions, which, by the way, you have the right to remain silent. If you choose not to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. But for now, I haven't read you those rights, so answer me. This does go on for quite a bit, but I think you kind of get the gist of where this is going. And how, yes, they should lose. They should lose their ass. They really should. What's this? Bus passenger tries to educate Muslim women and gets a lesson of his own. Oh, that would be interesting. An illegal rubber duck race? Oh, I've got to go there. Seriously, Oliver? How can you have an illegal rubber duck race? I didn't know rubber duckies could do anything illegal. Do you not have to have malice of forethought? And rubber duckies don't have any brains, which makes them perfect for running for Congress or Parliament or any other governmental position. Oh, wait. I'm running for one. Ha! Brainless twit? Nope. Thank you, Oliver. I guess what I wanted to get to later this evening, we'll just have to wait till Friday. Ooh, the suspense is going to kill ya. I know it is. Okay, this is from HuffPost Comedy, the UK edition. An illegal rubber duck race halted by police officers in Cotswold town, Burton-on-the-Water, or Burton-on-the-Water, however you say that. Y'all pronounce shit weird over there, don't you know? Apparently, these police officers just had absolutely zero sense of humor. But they were called into action over an illegal rubber duck race, disrupting the peace of the Gloucestershire village on Sunday. Gloucestershire. I've been in that neck of the woods. Burton-on-the-Water in the Cotswolds was hosting the event in an effort to raise money for Blood Bikes, a charity which offers a free blood and medical equipment delivery service to NHS facilities. Shortly after 100 bright yellow rubber birds were let loose on the River Windrush, a disgruntled local called the police to invoke an ancient law that says the river may not be used for fundraising on Sunday. I'm thinking somebody most definitely whipped out his butt pucker brigade card. Wow. A disgruntled local. So was his rubber ducky losing? And he just figured, my duck's losing. I'm calling the cops. The officers swept into action after the tip-off and threatened to arrest the organizers if the event wasn't shut down immediately. Are you quacked? We can't have this. I have to say it soured the whole day, said bystander Jonathan Dixon. Talk about using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. Yeah. The officers looked pretty embarrassed about it, and I can understand why. And you know what? That's where the officers should have manned up or brained up and went, seriously? How fucking old is that law? How stupid is that law? Who is the big panty waist that had their knickers in a knock and is losing this little rubber ducky race? That's what I want to know. Why didn't you arrest them for filing a false or a stupid police report? It was like something out of the film Hot Fuzz. Surely the cops have got better things to do than stop a rubber duck race in the Cotswolds. Well, you would think so. Agatha Christie could find all kinds of interesting things to do rather than stop a rubber duck race. And there's so much more crime since her day and age. Y'all could have figured something out. I mean, the Cotswolds, they're just full of tempestuous people, don't you know? However, apparently some local residents were less than supportive of the charity event's efforts. Why? Because they're big babies. Someone needs to call a wambulance for them. It is frankly unfair to expect the villagers to put up with such nonsense from these undesirables who ruin the peace and quiet and then accuse us of being killjoys, said one person. You know, that's like someone stabbing you in the back and then calling you an asshole because you bled on their knife. What the fuck? Wanny, wanny, woo woo. Apparently, a police spokesperson said that at about 2:45 p.m. on Sunday, June the 19th, 2016, police responded to a complaint that a number of motorbikes were parked on a village green, contravening a local bylaw protecting the site. Oh, sure, that's your story. It had nothing to do with the rubber duckies. It was the motorbikes. Those damn bikers. An officer asked the riders to move their bikes, which they kindly did. Organizers of the duck race were given advice about guidelines and permissions governing the staging of events on the green. Job done. No word on whether or not the police went on for cornetto afterwards. For a cornetto? Oh, is that an ice? That's an ice cream, apparently. Well, no, I think they just went and found some donuts. Do you call them donuts over there? Thank you ever so much, Oliver. That's just... It's not just here. There are buffoons everywhere. And unfortunately, some of them have badges. The badged buffoons. How's that sound? Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I did see something earlier today that Soros said that the UK could crash if it leaves the EU. Really? So, if a monetary system crashes and nobody notices, did it really crash? Because I think it crashed quite a while ago, and I just think nobody's really noticed it yet. That's just my opinion, though. Okay, this is just whacked. Whack, whack, whack. Whack, whack, waddle, waddle, whack, whack, waddle, waddle. You can't do that on a Sunday. Not on the Cotswold Green. How dare you? Too flippin' funny. I think I will do this one just because that's an authority figure. Okay. Now, do I have one? I don't really have time to do anything else, I guess. Let me see if I have anything funny over here on Fakey Book real quick, since I have some notifications. Hello, Hope. Hello, Penny. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Pedro. Okay, what are you... Oh. There's a picture, and it's a totally visual gag. It wouldn't do any good for me to try and explain it to you because, yeah. It's a totally visual thing, so I'll have to download that picture and share it elsewhere. Oh, there you go. Very true, Penny. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. That is from the Lorax. Thank you, Dr. Seuss. I learned lots and lots of lovely life lessons from the doctor. And yeah, there's probably all kinds of people going, he's Jewish. Really? It's not a freaking race. And not all people who are of the Jewish faith are Zionist, hateful cruds. Although I think anybody that belongs to any kind of organized religion really, really seriously needs to get some therapy. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. Do I see any other? Okay. What? Okay, a friend of mine just shared this, and I'm going to have to get out of here. Any lawmaker, while making a six-figure salary, receiving Cadillac benefits package, and becoming a millionaire from being in office, who tells the poor, disabled, and disadvantaged that they must make sacrifices, has no business as a legislator or being called a decent human being. I'm thinking pond scum comes to mind, and I think people like that need to, any kind of legislator, if they are not actually taking care of the problems, as in making them fewer, they shouldn't get paid at all. But that's just my thought process on that. Oh, well. I am just about out of time, everybody. Y'all have been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair with your hostess with the mostest, off on the deep end kind of shit tonight, Grammy Mary, over here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3, also on the RLM Spreaker channel, the RLM TuneIn channel, and the RLM Internet Radio channel. Thank you ever so much for listening into my Wackadoodle Wednesday edition. I will be back Friday evening to kick off the Freaker Friday festivities. Say that 3 times fast. That. But until then, y'all have an absolutely awesome rest of your Wackadoodle Wednesday. And go out there and love each other, okay? It's really not that hard. You don't have to touch if you don't want to, if you don't want to get cooties. But at least be nice to each other, okay?